The good girl. You know we happy to have you here. Lovely, lovely as usual. I like the.
No,
You
no,
look way better than you did when you
no
came to
bonnet
the
last,
what you
no
call
bonnet this week.
it? Hey,
Hey,
you know what
Racy,
I'm saying?
hey,
No
Racy, hey,
bonnet.
Racy, don't believe that. You know, he said you look good, girl, like before Snoop got killed on the wire. I'm just letting you know when that, when that drink.
Hey,
I'm just letting
hello,
you
hello,
know.
hello.
Hey,
That's
It's your boy, the
hey,
Beast One.
you
Welcome to
fine
another
shit.
episode of Dad Mentality. We're gracious here enough to have our girl Reese in the building as we give her some honest feedback on relationships and what we feel is the man's role in a relationship. So, you know, we've been off the market for a long time, so we ain't really giving no real good advice, but we're going to get the best advice we got and just to have a good, honest discussion and see what we can do, because we love Reese and I want her to make sure she gets the best advice possible if she out here shopping for her new man. So y'all know what it is. It's dad mentality.
What is that's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, I get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Sometimes we gotta fix our mental. Or maybe it's not meant to be a dad, a father, that's what men do. I made a promise to my kids, that's what I do. I just want them to do things better than I do. Or better yet, better things that I did. What is that's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, I get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Welcome to the show, shout out to the coach. And Maddie Ice, Ice Cold Crypto. And each one, teach one. That's mentality. We just try to reach one. What is that's mentality?
Hello. It's your boy, the Beast One. Welcome to Dad's Mentality. We have another great show here this week for y'all. I'm glad and excited. We got our girl joining us this week. Y'all know her. Well, I don't know. Actually, I was supposed to do her last, but you know what? She's always first in my heart. So we'll do it first. Y'all know her as a great stand-up comedian. You can catch her all over the place and also on her show, which I'm always going to butcher the name. It is the Mac in the Morning Show, right? Morning Mac Show. Got that every time I want to say it backwards. You know I love you. The Morning Mac Show, which you can catch her Monday through Friday every day on the show. She has different topics and things like that, but also, you can catch her doing her stand-up everywhere. I know you got shows. What's your next show, Reese?
The next show will actually be this Saturday at Tumac Barbershop in Northwest Washington, D.C. off of Georgia Avenue.
Okay.
Tumac.
Definitely look her up. Tumac got that's over there by the Ibex. What used to be the Ibex if you old, right?
Down the street, right.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
so make sure y'all catch.
If you go to the Motel 6, that's the wrong place. That's you going too far.
But y'all know her as Althea McFarlane, aka Reese. How you doing, Reese? So that's just to get your name out there, even though they can read it right there. It's all good. It's all fun and games. But I also don't do this by myself. I do it with two of my best friends that I'm glad to have joining me today. Y'all know him also as Guapo's dad. I'm gonna give him his respect today. Hey. Art by Guapo. Make sure you check that out if you haven't already. He's also the diversified hustler. He's also the ice cream man, Matty Ice Cold Crypto. What's up, dog? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm here, you know what I mean? Another day above ground, man. It's a beautiful day. Could have been worse.
Absolutely.
That's my stance today. That's all.
I hear you. And last but not least, I got my boy since we was 4 years old running in the sandbox. You know him as the trader, but I love him myself. His name is Vance Robbins, aka Coach. What's up, Coach?
What's good with you? How y'all doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing
I'm
good.
here, man. I'm here. I'm happy to see y'all, man.
Oh yeah. Who that?
Definitely. Oh no, he didn't say that. He ain't say that. Did you catch that? You hear him try to slide that in?
Yeah, mute him, man. Mute him.
You hear him try to slide that in? That's terrible. And you know we got the terrible Cowboy fan here that don't even know any of the Cowboy players. But she always trying to represent her so-called blue. But we gonna get into that later when we get into the into the picks, yeah.
You got them people, yeah. Let them people get smoked tonight. That'll be a little bit of upliftment for tonight. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Let them Cowboys get smoked tonight. And I got Jamar Chase and Higgins on, so I need them to go ahead and show out tonight. Maybe that'll make it feel better.
Okay.
Yeah. You might get that.
I might got some time. I might have to put a couple anytime touchdowns for them too, because I know they're going to score. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into this week's show. We're gonna start with of course mental health check-in. Here Dad Mentality, mental health is important. If you don't talk to, you need to talk to somebody about your mental health when you're feeling down. Don't think that you're in it alone, because we all have those times when we need to check in. So this is us doing our check-in where you give a rating from 0 to 10. If you're in the comments, go ahead and give your rating and let us know how you feel. And we're going to start this week. Go ahead, Coach. I'll let you start it while I finish getting the Facebook all set up.
All right. I mean, this week went pretty good, man. That was probably about an 8.5. I mean, coming out of Thanksgiving, kids kind of went away. Had, a couple big events last Friday that I had to take care of with the wife. Both of them went really well. It was last week was my wife's birthday, so we got a chance to go out and celebrate it.
All right, happy birthday to Mrs. Coach.
Yeah. I did wish her a happy birthday. I wished her a happy birthday.
Yes, you did. I appreciate y'all too, man. Like, she's my wife. Only got I'll talk about this later. Really, I got to show up for 5 holidays. So, the birthday is one of them throughout the year. So, we went out to eat. She took a while to figure out what she actually wanted, because I'm one of those type guys. I'd rather just buy what you want, or the surprise stuff. Yeah. Like just get what you want. Like what you want, we grown, right? So
they supposed to be romantic, nigga.
Well, man, stop thinking. I ain't like Rodney, bro.
Hold on, man. She's supposed to come into the room. You got her outfit laid out, son. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, don't meet me. Be ready at 6:30. Had the reservations at 7. You supposed to do the whole wow, dog.
All that stuff can be done, but you know my wife. And Maddie, you probably know my wife too. You know what I'm saying? Like if I pick whatever I pick out, my wife ain't wearing. Yeah, I promise you that. But I mean the kids doing well. You know what I mean? I actually this past Sunday, for the first time about I say 7 or 8 years, my younger kids actually pressed me to put holiday lights outside. So what I mean? I actually put the Christmas lights up for the first time in a long time.
You gotta get the new projection shit, man.
I thought about that. I saw that
new projection joint.
Yeah, man.
Well, you took the ladder out and everything.
Yeah, buddy, up on the ladder, hanging the icicle lights. And
they too old for that shit. Now you still got a couple youngins, but damn,
I do. That's what I'm saying. Like my youngest is 8, bro. So
okay.
Like she got the countdown joint going. You know what I mean? All of that. You know what I mean?
Hey man, that's love though, man. Hey,
yeah.
Priceless moment.
I got a question. Now, because we in the Christmas season, I'm sorry to break that up, but real question: when do we stop this Santa Claus shit? Are we still doing that? Is that still a thing?
I stopped that.
I think we had this conversation before.
Yeah, as soon as they can keep it secret, I stopped it. So it was at like 3 or 4, because I was kind of like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying?
That nigga wanted his credit.
It's not that though, Matt. And in all honesty, Matt, what it is if we tell them Santa Claus, and this is just from a biblical perspective for me, if I tell them about Santa Claus and they grow up and he doesn't exist, how can I tell them about Jesus? And they grow up and believe that he exists.
I like that.
I ain't never heard that one before.
That is good, dog. Oh man, I could have used that so many years ago.
Yeah, that's my issue.
Molly said the exact same thing on my show. We talk about that a lot with the kids. But like Maddie, I said, I wanted my credit. I wasn't letting no fat white man.
She said, "Ain't no white man get this."
They didn't,
I've been working hard all year. I had to save. Nah,
I had to sacrifice. Some hair Jews, and
I ain't even gonna lie. Now you think about it. You think about it from that aspect. Like when you've been giving the credit to a white man all this.
Hey, that was my problem.
I ain't never even really think about it like that because I never grew up celebrating Christmas. I ain't celebrate Christmas till I left my mother's house and was like raising my own family. My mother didn't celebrate Christmas or no holidays, so that wasn't the norm in my house.
Got you,
man.
Yeah, I'm trying to break the cycle. I just needed a good reason, and you just gave it to me, Coach. I ain't gonna lie.
That's it.
I'm ready. I'm good now because I'm tired of this because Vicky's still trying to hold on. Jonathan 10.
Oh, Jonathan. Oh, come on now. You gotta break that shit because Jonathan too old now.
Ain't he in the 5th grade?
Yeah.
Hey, that's all you gotta do is watch this show.
Still trying to hold on.
Gotta watch a show on I think Amazon Prime Core, Dear Satan, when the boy accidentally wrote Santa backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna go that far on it, but I got you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Nah, she's still trying to hold on. I mean, I already told him, but Vicky's still trying to hold on because he ain't told her that he don't know yet. I'm like, just let mommy think it's good. And he like, all right.
Y'all still putting cookies out at the night and cookies and milk.
If you think we ain't, hell yeah,
Rodney,
we still putting.
Stop playing, Rodney.
That nigga he still want to go eat the cookies. That's why. So he eat the cookies.
I'm tired of this white man getting my credit. I've been tired of it. I remember I told Trinity the day I got her that bike. I worked hard for that bike, and she was out there riding. She was like, "Thank you, Santa," yelling and stuff like that. I was like,
so when you hang decorations, though, Ron,
yeah,
you don't put up multicultural decorations. You don't put a black Santa. They sell black Santa stuff.
Ain't no Santa in my house. Nah, we don't go that far.
People believe in them, but you don't put them up.
No, it's angels and baby Jesus. That's what we put up.
Okay, that's the part of it. But I thought you just said he still thinks Santa is real though.
I already told him the truth. I said Vicky trying to keep it going. I ain't trying to keep it going.
I got you.
I already told him.
Why do we still do the tree then?
I'm just saying. We're not about to get into that. That's just depending on what everybody's religion is, you know what I mean? But at this point, man, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just a time for families to get together. And you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we all so busy. We don't get together throughout the year. So this does give us a time. That's the only reason I still embrace it, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because I might not even see my family or see, you know what I mean? But this time of year allow just a time for us to get together. So that's how you should more embrace it. Not with all this other stuff about buying gifts. It gotta be materialistic, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? But it's more of a time that it allows people to schedule that time to make sure family still bonds. You know what I mean? So.
So my family, we do Christmas, but we do that what's it called, the elephant game or whatever, the something elephant where you can steal the gifts or whatever the case may be.
Hey man, we don't buy gifts no more. My kids grown.
We do that, but that's only one gift for the whole family, so it works. You know what I'm saying? So it works for us. But it's only one gift for the whole. But I mean, for my kids, I do stuff. But I mean, as far as the family wise, we do that because ain't nobody buying gifts for everybody. You know what I'm saying, in the joint. So we do that for all the adults.
Yeah, nah.
Now the kids, like my niece, I'll get them gifts and I'll get I'll get my, of course, my kids stuff and my wife a bunch of stuff. But then we with all the adults, we do that Santa game where you bring a $20 gift and then you open it and people steal it and all that kind of stuff. I always do scratches, and they usually always get taken at the end. One year she won $350 off them scratches. I was hot because my wife had them, and then I told her to take them at the end because I was like, I bought the scratches, so go ahead and take them. So my niece ended up taking them at the end, and she won $350. And then I was mad. I was like, "Want them scratches back?" But anyway,
that was a great
game. yeah. But anyway, sorry, Coach. We kind of.
It's all good.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest. I'm tired of that white man getting my credit.
Yeah.
Hey, now that's good conversation. Hey, let me go next though, man. Let me get mine out the way. This is probably my lowest week, man. I probably about a 6.5 this week, man. Like coming out of Thanksgiving, I was good. You know what I mean? Optimistic about some things. But this past weekend, man, just a few things I thought was gonna go in my favor, didn't go in my favor with some stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody see crypto pumping, they like, oh, Matty, but I got so much other stuff going on, businesses, and some few things didn't go my way. So that kind of I ain't gonna say discouraged me, but I was looking forward to some stuff that I thought was gonna go a certain way. It didn't. So now I gotta make some adjustments to do some things. You know what I mean? So that's just a life of a business owner, entrepreneur. Like just on some real shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I've been doing this for years, but sometimes I do be wishing I had that 9 to 5, that consistent check, bro. Like it's a different life. You know what I mean? When you gotta get up and go find it every day. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you're not motivated to get up and go find it every day because you got other things going on in your life. That's just real. You know what I mean? And this week, just, you know what I mean, like a little stomach punch. I was like, oh, you know what I mean? But you still got to take care of fam. Christmas still coming up. So as a man, you still got to figure it out and make it do what it do. So this week just been, full of a few challenges, and then got some news with my wife this morning. So damn, my wife she, not in her best mood. So, so pushing through, but yeah, we gonna get it done, do what we need to do. But I'm sitting at about 6.5, but I'm still blessed, and we're gonna make it do what it do, make the best of the situation. But that's where I'm sitting at this week.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm glad you shared that, Matt.
Hey, I'm sure things will get better, man. Remember, it's always peaks and valleys, dog. It's always going to happen. There's always, things that you can't control that, will mess up the atmosphere, mess up the mood for a while, But you got to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it going.
Yeah. What else you gonna do?
And sometimes I feel bad that because sometimes I feel like I gotta hold it together for everybody else. And I mean, even though to be honest with you, it's true, but then again, it ain't. You know what I'm saying? You got to take your time to process what you need to process as well. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean you got to go to everybody else, but coming on the show, processing here, getting your thoughts together. Sometimes just saying it out loud to somebody will help you, get through.
That's very true. Like, cause I'm, I talk to people, but like I'm never the one who like to talk about quote unquote bad news. I don't want to be the one to call you, to tell you, but sometimes you do need to get it out. But I've never been that one to be like somebody, hey, how your day? I'm gonna be like, man, everything good, all is well. That my motherfucking house might be a fire in the background. I'm like, all is well, cuz you know what I mean? Like, seriously, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you gotta say my fucking house is on fire, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta say it. You can still have that same mindset, but you can say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit ain't good right now, but I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit ain't good, but guess what? I'm still breathing. Things is rough right now, but I'm gonna make it through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to say that something. It's okay to say you're not okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to say you're not okay. Like, nah, I'm not good right now, but you know, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes because guess what? Sometimes you're not good. Sometimes you're not good. I've had that conversation even with my wife where I was just like, you know, right now I just need to get through this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need to process this.
Sometimes it be expectation too, Slim, like, because certain people look at me to be like, my family look at me to be that hero, that guy, or people look at me to in a certain type of way. So if they like, I'm like, you know, man, I don't want to. It's like you got not that you got to live up to an expectation, but sometimes it's be like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? I can't explain the shit, but sometimes it's like,
I'm gonna throw this at you because this is something I'm working on now, and I'm just throwing this at you, dog. You know what I'm saying? You can take it and you can leave it, you know. But the thing is, the problem is we've trained our family that way. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, that's the wrong training. We've trained our family that dad's always going to be strong, dad's going to be this, dad's going to be that, and you've been that. But guess what? It's also okay to show them that you cannot be okay and still make it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that I've even had a conversation with my family about. Like, how about this? And since we're talking about Christmas, then I'm gonna bring it back to that. I've trained my family not to buy me gifts all my life. I'm like, oh, dad's good. Don't worry about it. Don't do that. Blah, blah, blah. Now I'm older. I'm like, no, I want my goddamn gifts. You know what I'm saying?
Like, y'all niggas don't think about me. Like,
yeah, exactly. But the problem is I've trained them for so many years not to worry.
I've like, been there too. Exactly.
You know?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm old. Yeah, I'm good. Now I'm old. I'm like, hell no. Where my gift? Get my gift. Find it. No, I don't want socks. I don't want ties. You bring that to me, I'm throwing it in the trash. You're going to go out and get me another gift. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, yeah. But I mean, the same thing as far as that being good and being a joke. We've trained our family that way. And to be honest with you, I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair to you. And you have to change that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's okay to not be okay. You don't always have to be the superhero. Yes, you'll still be the superhero, but it's okay to say, guess what? You know, it's a little tough for me today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, today's a little tough. And then I'm not saying that, you know, you say that while your wife is going through something, but, you know, there still has to be a time in your relationship, in your life with yourself, that it's okay to say, I'm not okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. So I'm just throwing that at you. I'm going to go ahead to mine.
It'd be usually, this is more, it's just, my shit usually be business and financially driven. Like, a lot of other shit don't bother me. It be business and financial driven where it gets to me when I expected certain things, or I know I need to take care of certain things and the shit not adding up the way I thought it was. That's when, but other than that, like, I don't really, it take a lot to really get me out. It's really finances like that messes with me, because finances is, to me, the only thing that's finite. Like, numbers is what numbers gonna be. Everything else you can kind of finagle, deal with, and you know what I mean, or whether that's important to you or not. But that's what gets to me, you know what I mean. And I thought certain shit was a certain way, and then certain shit that, you know what I mean, that's just going into a whole nother, and that shit just threw me off this week. You know what I mean?
All right. I got you. All right. Well, for me this week, I don't remember where I was at last week, but I think I'm about the same place. I say for me personally, I say it's about a 7.5. I got some things going on, got me down a little bit. But you know, I'm still good. I'm excited for Christmas. You know, this year I got a lot of great things going on. So it's hard to be down when you got a lot of great things. Like, this is my daughter's. Not gonna say it's my daughter's last Christmas, but you know, last Christmas is under my roof pretty much, because next year she'll be in college or whatever case may be. Yeah, she'll still probably be coming back and living here, but you know, it's time to let my sweet little girl go. And to be honest with you, I'm a little bit
sweet little girl.
I'm a little bit bothered by it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit bothered by it. My little girl just got her license today. And
congratulations.
You know, she got her license today, and I don't want her to drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to let her out there. I'm good. Nah, you sit your ass home. Nah. I told her I ain't got on insurance yet. First thing she wanted to do was drive. I was like, oh, I don't got you on insurance. I can't do it. I'm making up reasons, but, I just don't want her to, same, y'all know, abandonment issue, same thing, but I'm working on it. I'm talking to myself and getting myself right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's even going to be harder when she goes to college. You know what I'm saying? And even though I know that the good thing for me is that, I'm going to be excited to see her grow, but I'm also going to be not as excited to let her go. So, it's a joint that I'm dealing with. I'm working with it, but I'm about a 7.5. She got her license today. And next month she will be 18. I'm taking her to New York. We're going to go to New York and have a good time. I'm saving all my dollars for that, so I don't got to do nothing for Christmas for her, but because it's all going to go to New York. But yeah, taking her to New York. She wants to see Hamilton. I'm going to take her and her best friend to see Hamilton. We're going to do a graduation pictures out there in New York and everything, and then have a good time. So
awesome, bro.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to all that. I'm happy about the fact that she's growing and getting sad at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So my son, he talks to me almost every day. He sends me a text out there in Texas, and I'm super excited about what he's doing and happy. I don't know. I kind of had a long time to get adjusted for him to leave, but because he was here until he was 23. So, but
different for your daughter.
Yeah, it is, and my only daughter. You know what I'm saying? I love her to death. So, it's but I gotta let my baby grow. So, anyway, but yeah. So I said I'm about a 7.5. Got some personal things that I'm trying to take care of. Hopefully, I'll have some things going by next year that change some things up and get me in the place where I want to be. So that's where I'm at. Reese, where you at, baby? From 0 to 10.
Well, I was over the weekend really down Friday. But first, before I tell you where I'm at, I want to say that I'm going to pray for Maddie Ice and Miss O. Pray for their strength that they get through whatever financial, mental, physical obstacle that they think standing in their way. Bust right on through it and keep on moving with God's grace and mercy. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Second, I want to say I was really down. I don't think nobody knew this because I thought I missed a big thing that I wanted to do, right? I thought I missed it, and I was feeling really bad about missing this particular function. And I did my Zen-Den with Vicky, and she was teaching me how to breathe and everything. So after I got off the Zen-Den, I'm overdoing it with the weights. Then I was feeling down and mental, not realizing I think I'm having a heart attack. I think my chest hurting, I'm having a heart attack. I think I'm ready to call 911. And that's because I was depressed because I thought I missed a function. Well, I did miss a function. I was depressed. I was down. My muscle was hurting. I was overdoing it. I was at it too. And then after everything was over and coming out, these holidays are tough for me because of my family dynamic. After doing my show today and being on this show now, I'm coming out of it. I'm at a strong 6 right now. I'm a strong 6. But it's just when you go through stuff mentally, it will affect your body. So thanks to Vicky, I have to know how to breathe and let it go. Breathe and let it go. I thought I was going to do this episode from the hospital. I'd have been in the hospital, but it turned out to be muscles.
Yeah, you worked some muscles you hadn't worked in a long time. Doing that yoga.
Thank God for muscles, So, it wasn't a heart attack, but my heart was aching and hurting so bad that everything just went there,
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, I'm about to say, glad you're feeling better. I appreciate your prayers, man, up for you and for everybody, man, this holiday season. Even if everything is all well, and that's the thing. We don't need to stop praying when things go left. We need to pray all the time. You know what I'm saying? And stay focused. Don't wait till shit get bad You know what I mean? I know I'm talking about prayer and cussing, but that's just me. But don't wait till it get bad to start praying. You know what I mean? Like me and God got a relationship. God don't mind when I cuss. You know what I mean?
Hey, make sure you pray. Pray and praise, man.
He know my heart. You know what I mean? So we be having real conversations, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, don't wait till stuff get bad to ask for not even help, just for even correction, for focus. You know what I mean? And like on a daily basis, because it just make you feel better sometimes, man. Like and do that in the morning. You know what I mean? I know I said that before, but that'd be my thing, man. I gotta get focused in the morning, because sometimes we wake up and then you just wake up and you thinking about everything you gotta deal with sometimes, and then it slows you down. You like, man, God, I don't, you know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta find just something to attack to get you back on track. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can't focus on everything. You know what I mean? Can't focus on everything you need to do. You know what I mean? You gotta eat an elephant one bite at a time. So sometimes when you got a lot of things that's coming at you at one time, you focus on those priority things. Focus on that. Don't because if you focus on everything, it'll overwhelm you. So sometimes just focus on what you need to do and just start checking things off your board. You know what I'm saying? That you need to do, because you will get overwhelmed if you try to do too much at one time sometimes. If that makes sense. I'm rambling, man. I know I'm talking about some personal shit I'm dealing with.
Work it out, dog. Sound like to me like you working it out, brother. That's all. We're gonna let you work it out. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in it too, man. You definitely gotta handle things one thing at a time, because if you try to do them all, you're setting yourself up for more failure. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta take one aspect, one thing, and like I said, check it off and knock it off. But yeah, also make sure your prayer got praise in it too. Don't just pray for stuff, man. You better praise him for the things he gave you. Praise him for that.
That's the first part of it. You know what I mean? Is being grateful for what you do got. You always gotta throw that, be grateful and thankful.
I'm thankful that you joined us today, Reese, and we're gonna have this conversation about relationships, and we're gonna give you the best old man married advice we could give you. So
I ain't
old.
But I ain't know.
All right, well, I'm old. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know right now. I'm telling you, I'm old. I'm out the game. I'm retired. But I can tell you the things I wish I had did and wish I had learned when I was younger, and the things that I implement now to really do this relationship thing. So the first question I wanted to throw to the panel and the guys out here that people always talk about, and I mean, as I was looking this up, I found a lot of bad information. So I kind of wanted to know if people realize if because the biggest thing that they was talking about is what men want in a relationship, and I feel that we're all different. Everybody wants something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, my opinion of what I want in a relationship may not be the same as Coach, may not be the same as Matty Ice. There may be other tweaks or whatever the kind of thing. So I can't talk for other men. I can talk for myself. And I'm just going to go for myself. Of course, when I was younger, I did not know what I really wanted. I know what I thought and this, that, and the other. Now, as far as my relationship, I mean, I guess, I don't know, because me and my wife grew together, and I really feel my wife is the part that completes me. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of things that I do that I can do good, and I have a lot of things I do bad. And my wife is really good at the things that I do bad, and I'm grateful for that. Now, the problem is when you out here looking for a relationship and looking for a man, a lot of people don't know, or they're not confident in what is being said or what is being brought to the table, because I feel like, looking at this from the outside in, there's a lot of miscommunication. So, for me personally, in my relationship, my wife is there for me in the things that I'm not good. I'm not good with organization. I'm not good with this. I'm not good with that. And the problem is you can't find that out until you in an honest relationship with that person, because nobody's going to come into the relationship saying they're bad. I'm bad at organization. I need you to organize most of the time. You know, you got to figure it out, and you got to be able to work together. So, you know, what Coach, what do you want in a relationship? Or what is it that makes your relationship work?
I think the one thing, well, I guess to answer the first thing, that the reason my relationship works out, one is because God is first. That's the very first thing for both me and my wife. So once we get past that, right, I think my biggest thing and the reason I believe we are successful, or I love my relationship with my wife, is my wife is probably the only woman on this earth that can hold me to true accountability within love, right? You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is that for every weakness I got, she can hold me accountable to that weakness to make me better. And she strengthens me through it. It doesn't mean she's better at it, but she understands what the weakness is, and I respect the accountability. There weren't a lot of relationships before that where I actually respected the accountability, because most of the time it wasn't any, right? Rodney, you know me, and Matt, you've known me for the past couple of years. Like, my wife is as sharp as I am, if not sharper, and she definitely will not let me falter in my weak points. She won't allow it, and I respect her for that. So, and a lot of relationships lack that, right?
How?
Because how does she do it?
And the reason why I'm just asking, not to cut you off, I want you to finish your point, but like, how does she do that? Well, without, or how do you allow her to do that without, I guess, taking offense to it or acting like she's nagging you? You know what I'm saying? Like how does she keep you accountable? Because I feel like that sometimes I deal with that sometimes, you know what I mean? Or other men, they, you know what I mean? Like, they sometimes they don't want to be nagged about when they maybe not fulfilling a part of their obligation. And how do you respect it? And how does she do it without that? Or do you just respect it as much, if that makes sense?
All right. So in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, when we were young in our relationship, it was a struggle because of how she went about approaching it. So it was kind of like, all right, this is where he's weak at. I need to tell him he's weak. I'm gonna tell him this way. He'll fix it, right? You know what I mean? And kind of her approach was a little bit more direct, stern, without love. It wasn't coming at me to help me figure out why I'm weak at that point, or help me get the steps to be able to correct that particular action. One of the things that I used to always do is like, if it was something financial, I would be like, all right, I ain't even gonna tell her, I just fix it myself, right? And then that would just dig a deeper hole, because I'm more likely it would take me into a different spot in the financial, with my finances, where, all right, now I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. Whereas just a conversation with her about what it is, just telling her what it is, I would come out and I'd say, oh, this is what happened. She get pissed off. She, you know what I'm saying, mad as hell for a week, 2 weeks, whatever. And then she realized that eventually turned to a different conversation. The first time that I told her something and got enough courage to be like, hey, I effed this up. The first time that she didn't react in a negative manner and said, okay, we'll fix it, that was kind of like, all right, her guard's down, my guard is down, now we can fix it together. Okay. And each time after that, she understood, hey, if I approach it this way, the reaction becomes different, right? Because every time she approached it in anger, where Now it doesn't mean she won't get mad at times, because she'll get mad. But
Man,
I'm talking about I'm talking holding on to it. So as we got matriculated through our marriage, it was kind of like, all right, I'm more comfortable coming to you, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I know that the reaction won't be demeaning. And she understood that if I don't get the demeaning action, this man will work harder than ever to change that habit, right? You know what I mean? So it was definitely give and take. So it was
it was growth. It was growth.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's where a lot of, like, just speaking to Reese and just bringing it for, like, what we talking about, like, a lot of people don't grow together. Like, and I would say, like, we was able to grow. Like, a lot of people, like, they get so frustrated, so they never even gave their relationships the time to grow. And then maybe people who already come into it with certain expectations and baggage because they were older, they already patience is thin. Like, man, if you should already know this, you know what I'm saying? And they're not even willing to help and teach. And I think sometimes that's where it comes in. So that's why I kind of asked you that, because a lot of people don't share because they already feel they know how their partner is going to respond. So they don't even want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, so there's no communication. And then once you do bring it, everybody on the defense, they on the fence. Like, nah, they just trying to, you know what I'm saying? And then nothing's just resolved or learned. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you're absolutely right. And the one thing that I kind of live, we both actually live, and I started off with saying God was first, right? I was we went through a couples ministry that was crazy. But the one of the biggest takeaways in that, and this applies whether you're Christian or any religion you're in, but you can't be your better half's Holy Spirit, right? So, meaning that if it's something that's bothering you about your husband, take that to God, pray for him, let God work on him, because there are certain things you're not going to be able to change.
100% true, right there.
That's difficult for a lot, but that mean they already.
It's hella difficult. It's hella difficult, but let's get something straight. It's not this. It's the same for both parts.
Yeah, it's
it's not just the woman got to pray for the man. The man got to pray for the woman too. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and also, but you also have to have this one thing that a lot of people don't have nowadays, or especially not even say nowadays. Let's be honest. That a lot of people don't tend to have in the beginning of any relationship is patience.
Yep.
In my opinion. This is my opinion. Reese, what you think?
Is what did you say? Is
Patience. You want it now. You usually already want it. Like, I mean, even for me in my relationship, you got this mental idea of what that person is. And you think that person is going to come to you now. And when a lot of times, even if you got that person, you're not ready for that person. You know what I'm saying? You have to take the time to get yourself right. The thing is, before you start talking about you getting a relationship, before you start talking about that other person, you need to start talking about yourself and start talking about the things that you already know. Because we already know some of the things we do ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And you already know you got to get them right. Like, how you going to come to this person talking about the things they're not doing right when you know you're not doing right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you got, and then you got to give that person time. Like, y'all are learning a relationship is learning each other. But you have to decide that you want to be with this person, and you have to, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying stay if you're being abused in any way. But but if but you can't stay because they didn't let you see their cell phone, even though I don't argue in that one either. I'm too old for that shit too. My wife has pure access to that. I don't understand why people argue about it. But anyway, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna stay on me.
Yeah, it's just good. And we basically be saying the same thing. Is like, you still got to be happy within yourself, because then y'all can help build one another. But if you're not happy with yourself, and you're honestly, you need that other person to create happiness. Like, it should be a balance. Both of y'all should be helping each other be better. But sometimes is the person we already not happy within ourselves. You know what I mean? So,
and that's the first step to building, because another person can't make you happy.
Exactly.
You're not going to get into a relationship and that person's going to make you happy.
That's where disappointment comes in, because it's always going to be a moment where that person subsequently disappoint you because they dealing with their own self. Not saying, you know what I mean? So it's been secure already. But you know what I mean? A lot of times, like you said, you coming in with something. We coming in with learned habits and different things. And we got to have a partner or be partners who are understanding of that. Like at the end of the day, that this person they looking out for the best thing for me, for the household, but they just imperfect. They didn't grow up learning how to deal with finances. They grew up in a household where this was regular. So you already, you know what I mean? So you can kind of, you know what I mean, help them build and get beyond some of maybe them issues that they were going through, because ain't nobody perfect, you know what I mean? 9 times out of 10 we get mad because it's some things that we see inside ourselves that we wish that they could correct. So the first thing is to accept yourself and your flaws before you go looking at somebody else. And the Bible said, you know what I mean, don't go throwing stones, you know what I mean, in the glass house, right? Like we got
he without sin cast the first stone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But there you go. Reese, you got anything to add or any questions or how you feel about what we said?
I'm listening because right now, patience, that is more than just a virtue, and it's an understanding. But I thought that, in my experience, I thought the man want peace. He said, "What a man want?" I come to the conclusion that he want peace. He don't want to argue. He don't want to fight. He don't want the bickering. He want that peace of mind, whether it's secure, the finances is secure, my wife's secure, my house is secure. I want that peace, that Zen, peace. That's
Does that shit exist?
No, it do. You want your peace though, but like
but there's always something. There's no such thing as everything going right. I mean, in your life, there's always going to be something. There's always going to be something.
But I think Reese is coming from a different point.
Go ahead. Right.
You got to learn how to. I'm a woman, so I'm imperfect. So I mean, from a woman's standpoint, his house is his castle. His house should be his fortress of solitude, where he go and get his peace from the rest of the world. And sometimes now I know how to be that helpmate. Because I've been studying Proverbs 31. I was like, I know how to be. I'm the person that I wanted to be. I am now. That I'm full. When I said full circle, I'm happy with myself and everything now. But now I see things differently because now I am happy with myself and I am satisfied. So now I come at a different angle because I am mature. I am at 50 years old. Everything hit differently. The conversation, the talk, and the way we grow is differently versus me at 19. I want to share something with y'all. Tell me if I'm stupid or not.
Well, you're not. So go ahead.
No,
I still love my son's father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a big taboo because he was never there for my son. I don't hate him, but everybody telling me I should hate him. Oh, he ran out on you and your son. You should hate him. He couldn't say this. He couldn't say that to me. How come I don't feel anger in my heart?
Because that's other people's opinion, man. What it is your heart has peace and forgiveness,
and that's unhealthy. You know what I'm saying?
And hate somebody is unhealthy, absolutely.
And truth be told, it doesn't matter as long as you're safe and secure in who you are, and it's not a detriment to you. Who cares what other people say how you should feel? Nobody should tell you how you feel, right? You know what I'm saying? You got their own inner peace, but to what you said about a man wanting peace, I think relationships want peace. One of the things that me and my wife agreed to probably about 4 or 5 years ago is that anything that brings drama, and y'all have heard me say this, to my house, we eliminate. I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's work. I don't care what it is. If it brings drama to my front door, we don't deal with it. We literally cut it off at the head because it's not going to infest my peace at home.
Yeah,
and that's just what it is. And we've had a pack that way for a while. We've lost relationships, we've lost friendships, we've lost anything, even business stuff. There's things that I've said I'm not at peace with that. Okay, if both of us ain't at peace, it's over with. Same with her. If both of us ain't at peace, it's over with. One tricky prayer that we always pray is, God, remove the people that's not for us and replace them with people that are. And it's really that simple.
Your happiness is up to you.
That's beautiful, man, and that's a pact, and that's just something that probably more families should have, because I've always said that I believe that's the root of a lot of problems in households. They allow other outside influences to dictate the way they think and what they do in their household. You know what I mean? It's like they thinking it's a fly sitting on the wall listening to them, so they got to respond a certain way to their husband. Oh, you can't let that nigga talk to you like that. Like, you know what I mean? You got to be, you know what I mean? So no, this is what works inside our household. You got to be, not submissive isn't the word I'm saying, but you got to be inside your family dynamic, man. Both parties have to have an understanding, like that this is what we're doing, because we are a team and a unit. You know what I mean? Like, if you ain't a team and a unit, then it ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Like a basketball team, football team, a family is a team. You know what I mean? So if you ain't on the same page with the person who, you know what I mean, your teammate, it's not gonna work. Like, that's just what it is. It's not gonna work. If you talking bad about him when he not around, you talking bad about him to your girlfriend. Like, why you not supposed to be talking bad about your spouse to your out? Sometimes you might talk about situations.
The crazy thing is sometimes you ain't gotta talk bad. They'll come and talk to you about your spouse and don't know shit.
Yeah, you know, but I'm just saying, and they can't back it up. Like, you may go to your friends and you may talk about a situation to get advice, but you're not supposed to bad mouth. You know what I mean? Because then that's where that negative energy. Then I just seen it too many times where people allow
Reese. I seen it. They just hated on me just because I was good. I was a good man. It was just like, yo, they was fine and shit. And I had to tell Vicky, I was like, I don't want to hear. Tell whoever that friend is. Even
I would say that's a whole different subject right there. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it is, you know what I mean, like the friends that people keep, like they negativity, you know what I mean, they want to bring them down when they see they got a good thing. That's a whole different subject, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, you got to keep, sometimes you got to keep your business your business, especially where it's not anybody bringing something positive to the narrative or conversation. You know what I mean? You want to, you know what I mean, want to share it with friends who going to help, like, nah, I understand, but X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? They try to bring a positive spin on it.
You don't want nobody trying to break you up. You want somebody trying to encourage you and get the thing.
Encourage a black family, encourage a black household. You know what I mean? And we talking from things that are good. You know what I mean? If somebody is in a straight up abusive relationship, something that they shouldn't be in, that we not talking about that. We talking about just, you know what I mean, just general family dynamics. It's families who've been together for years, and then I'd be like, why y'all splitting up? Like, it gotta, like, I'm not getting, like, it gotta be something, a dynamic that y'all can figure this out. You know what I'm saying? And they allow, you know, finances and different things to, you know, break them up. And I'd be like, y'all been together too long for that. And I'm just saying, things happen. I don't know what's going on directly in the household. But I just hate to see that, you know what I mean? And I know shit happens sometimes, but, you know, we just gotta do better sometimes, man, and not allow these outside influences to dictate what's going on in our household.
Man, 100%. Reese, so what else? Did you have something else to ask about that, or I don't know. We went on a tangent right.
Yeah.
So,
I just wanted to, you said you guys are not crazy. I'm not crazy to have a heart for him because I had to practice 100% forgiveness, and I had to pray to God about that hatred that I had for him in my heart because I was going to put a hit out on him. If I had the $3,000 at the time, y'all laughing, but I'm being really.
No, I'm just like this on record.
Well, when they all know, he knows it now because I told him. I was so enraged because he was the only man that I ever lived with, and I had my son after we broke up. See, I had my son was that part of that makeup. We getting back together. He was the only man I ever lived with. I was working 2 jobs, holding it down because he told me he was going blind. He said he was losing his eyesight. I know, young, and I'm like, I gotta work. I gotta do this, holding it down. I came home from work one day. Another broad came home early. Another broad in my house. I'm big Queen Latifah. I practice love, but I didn't have no tolerance for infidelity, right? Okay. And I went off, and it got physical. We got into a physical altercation from that. And when I look back, I should have fought harder for the relationship because he asked me, he said, "Why didn't you fight for us?" And I was like, because I was doing everything, working and fighting for us. And I think that's the only person I truly love.
Well, let's start back. Okay, love and being in love are 2 different things. Quick question. So now, do you want a relationship with him still, or you don't?
Oh, we got a friendship. Because I don't hate him and I'm not trying to kill him anymore. Okay. He calls me on my birthday. He sends me a little.
You didn't answer my question. My question was, do you want a relationship with? No, not love. I love people. Don't mean I want to be with them. You know what I'm saying? And so my question is, do you want a relationship with him or not?
That's relationship can mean different things. You can have a relationship.
You know what I mean? An actual relationship, not not friends, not none of that. This is my man, I'm his woman type relationship. Is that something that you want?
Don't know.
It's taking you too long. So the answer that sounds like a no to me.
I think I actually do.
All right. Well,
this is crazy.
I would pray on it. I would take some time and really process that. And until you know, why not? You love him. I mean, why not?
I mean, but why?
Tell me why
not? Because he left us. He abandoned us.
How long ago was that? I thought you said you forgave.
I did.
How long ago was that?
Okay.
No, I'm really asking the question. How long ago was that? Was that a long time ago? 20 years ago? 10 years ago?
31.
31 years ago. Let me ask you this. Are you the same person you was 31 years ago?
Definitely not.
Okay. So, I mean, it is possible. It is possible.
And I know he's not. Because we talked, and we talked about what happened in the past and everything. You know, they always say the best of romances deserve second chances. And I can't even talk about this with my girlfriends. And if they see this, they're going to cuss me out later. With my family members and my girlfriend. Because, first thing they're going to say, you stupid, you stupid, you stupid. Because I love a person, I'm stupid. Because I forgave a person. And it was like, ain't no way I forgive him. What he did to you and Tyree. What he did to Tyree. What he did to your son. What you did to your son. And
the only thing that should matter, Reese, is your happiness. Is you. You are, if you really feel you'll be happy with him in that relationship, then people will get over that. Just like you got over it, they'll get over it too if they see your happiness. Like the thing is, if you do get in a relationship with him, I don't know, this came out of nowhere, but you get in a relationship, no one's going to care if you're happy. They might say something in the beginning or feel a certain way, but the thing about it is, if you're happy and you're healthy, and becomes a great stable relationship, all that will go away. And the people that won't let it go away will go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the other thing about it is all you got to say is I'm happy. Like, I'm happy. Be happy for me to be happy. You know what I'm saying? But also don't go back searching for an old relationship just because you're afraid of a new one. So, you know, I don't know if that's it. I'm not saying nothing. I don't, you know, once again, I'll say this. I don't have what is it? I don't have what you call it in this. So, you know, but I'm just giving you my honest, you know, feedback as far as what you said, you know, if what do you think, Coach?
I mean, I think you should pray on it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. That's something that, you know what I'm saying, is between you and God. I mean, relationship advice is, I really don't form my opinion on relationships unless somebody really comes to me and says, "What would you do in this situation?" But most of the time, that answer is going to be pray on it. And I mean, because we talking as if
we
he
getting a
wants a relationship.
snapshot.
I mean, we talking if he wants a relationship with you too, right? So you don't even. I don't know the whole situation, but I think that, you know what I'm saying, ask for God's guidance on that. You know what I'm saying? That whichever way your heart is directed from there, that's how you go about doing it. So, and you'll know.
But we all can agree that she shouldn't be basing this on other people's happiness, right?
I don't care about
whether her friends are
definitely.
happy or whether who's happy. That's the part I'm trying to answer. Like, you know, the your happiness is what matters. And you know, if that's something that you're thinking about pursuing and you want to do, I say go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? But don't, you know, I just don't want you to think that, you know, do it just because of comfortability or whatever the case may be, because you know you're afraid of another relationship or whatever, you know. But you know, be happy. Do whatever you need, whatever makes you happy, man. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it and be okay with your decision. It doesn't matter if anybody else is okay. I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? And that okay, being okay will, you know, will it will grow in other people. If they see, if your friends see you happy, how can they be mad? They, you know, how can your family be mad if you're happy? So do what you need to do for
Right.
reason first. You know what
most
I'm
of your family, they doing what they want to do.
Yeah, exactly. That, you know.
And truth be told, most of your family's opinions are based on what you told them.
That is true too.
And most
that is true
opinions are opinions.
They know the truth, but some things I ain't loud.
They know
nothing.
Yeah.
But it's like they still holding on. What I forgave and got over, they haven't forgiven. I don't even know why you talk to him. He couldn't say nothing to me, but he could.
See that, and that's going back to like some of the things I used to say, because I've gone through that, not in my personal relationship, but just friends, right? They'll tell family about certain things that their spouse did, that they did, so they run and telling everything that happened as soon as it happened. So now your family hate the guy, but now you know what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes you got to keep people out of your business in the first place. You know what I'm saying? In your household. Like, and because I've seen that way too many times, because you gonna forgive, but your family not. You know what I mean? So now you still, you know what I mean? So now it's like, all right, I did tell them, I got their advice, I forgave them, they didn't. So you gotta let that be like, all right, I forgave, they didn't. I know they're not gonna forgive because they don't have the same love for him. They don't have the same context.
Well,
so
it took me 18 years to get to a point where I can push it to the side. And then right when I thought I was forgiven, and prayed, did a lot of praying. Then he appeared and was like, "Hey," I'm like, "Where you come from?" Just as soon as I get over that anger, then he appeared. And then when we was just casual, we was cordial to each other. I got sick and went in the hospital. That's when everybody thought I was going to die. I'm at 3 different hospitals, and I kid you not, he was there at all 3 different hospitals. He told him that he was Mr. McFarland, and he came there at night. He said he came at night when all my family was gone. I would wake up and he'd be holding my hand, crying. And I'm like, what is you? You know, and I didn't know how sick I was. And because they didn't tell me how sick I was. And I'm like, what is you doing here? What is you? You know, it was that, right? And when they took me to the other hospital, he was there in the nursing home. He would come there, you know, and he said I couldn't go. He thought I was dying, And he said he couldn't imagine without his buddy. I'm like, we ain't been together for how many years? I'm not your buddy no more. I mean, where is this coming from? He said that he couldn't bear that thought of losing me. And I was like, this Joker is on joke time. I didn't believe it.
He could have just had some things that, you know what I mean, so that he wanted to reconcile that he was feeling, you know what I mean? We don't know his thoughts. He might have whatever he was about it. Because we've talked about this before. A lot of times, like fathers who may not been there for their kids, because as we grew up, they was going through things. They ain't no excuse at it, but at that time of their life when they was at that certain age, so it could just be one of the, you know, reconcile. So sometimes you just gotta, you know what I mean, accept it for what it is, and then maybe at this stage of y'all life, y'all can just be cordial and be friends and be there to support and uplift one another and be there, you know what I mean? Like, it don't have to be to that level, you know what I mean? But it not like sometimes people just want to make amends, like for maybe how he dealt with it back then. That's all, you know what I mean? So just take it for what it is. Enjoy the feelings that you know what I mean, feel good to you, and then like I don't think you need to, you know what I mean, it got to be to that level where it's like y'all in a relationship, like if that's what's meant to be, but y'all can still be there for one another, reconcile in different ways, you know what I mean, so no grudges are held, you know what I mean, and you know, and yeah.
And I can look back on what happened and laugh. You know, I keep like, remember when you hit me in the face? Remember that? You know, it's funny that it holds no pain. It holds no hurt. No, I don't have any of that. I used to be in deep loathing and despair. It used to hurt me so bad in my heart. I felt like I was gonna, like that song, I was gonna crawl up in a ball and just die. And I prayed on it. And then one day it stopped hurting. God answered, but he took it from me. And then as he took it from me, a few years later,
brought him back in your life.
There he go again.
What you pray for, because God will do that. If you pray for forgiveness, then he'll put him right in front of you so you can forgive him. He'll do that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I look at it. And I was like, you know, he did. And I still have a heart for him. I laugh about him. I say, you ain't going blind, and look at my eyes. He ain't going blind, but I'm going blind. I said, ain't that about it? You know, we laugh at stuff like that. I know it seems quirky, but he gets my sense of humor. I get him. We came from, like, when we were together, we were young when we were together. That was my first kiss, my first a lot of stuff. And like I said, he was the only man that I ever lived with to this day, other than my son. That was the only person I lived in and day out. 7 days, 24 hours, and played the house game with. And that I played that game before I even got pregnant and had my son. And like I said, the first sign of infidelity, I got out of there. I was like, no, you didn't, you know. And he asked me, why did I leave? And I'm like, because I didn't need that disrespect. I'm Queen Latifah. UNITY. You know, it was like,
I hear you, Reese.
That's how.
It's just different levels. Everybody deal with they stuff different, and you know what I mean. And that's what you went through. You held on to it, and then it took you some time to work your way through that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Other people deal with it differently. They would have, you know what I mean, went through that and then went out and found another dude immediately just because they needed a guy. You know what I mean? So you dealt with it different. You know what I mean? And so everybody is different out here. So how you deal with it is how you deal with it. You just gotta accept it, and at the point, and just feel good about it. If you want to forgive him, if you want to forgive him, and he's able to forgive, and y'all had that relationship,
have it.
Yeah, have it. Be open to it.
Once
you know
again,
what I mean?
like I said, everybody just wants you to be happy. Anybody who knows Reese or whatever, or this, that, and the other, knows your heart, knows what type of person you are, then you know, ultimately they would just want you to be happy. And as long as you're happy, then all that other stuff won't matter anymore. So, you know, but you also have to be happy in yourself too. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to say. That's when you say be happy. It's about the feeling.
I started to have room for forgiving him. When I got considered myself, it was like, hey, no stopping me. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. you, God got you. God got all of this. And that's why I said, when he bring me that person for me to love again, it may be him again, or it may be somebody new. I know I cannot wait to show them and give them all the love I had. See, all three of y'all got companions. When life get tough, you have somebody that you can lean your back against, right? Somebody got your back. I have nobody that have my back. I deal with what goes with me, my son, my household, my sicknesses, and he keeps me. Okay. He keeps me from falling. I'm in his hand. I be hanging on by his little pinky sometimes, but he still got me. I have no human connection. I want a hug sometimes. I want somebody to hug me too and say, it's going to be all right. You got that. You know, I can't be strong forever. I can't be a hero forever.
Man, that's what I'm saying. But, you know, your happiness still got to be in you. You know, he ain't going to come to you and bring you happiness. You know what I'm saying? You might be there to bring the hug, but you got to be happy in that hug, you know?
I would be, because I'm sometimes, Rodney, I get tired sometimes.
Nah, we all do. We all do. Hey, man, I'm hoping the best for you, whether you're with him or anybody. You know, I just want you to be happy.
We can tell you strong, Reese. You're going to keep everything that you wishing for. Just sometimes the timing ain't where we think it should be. You know what I mean? And sometimes that love and hugs come in ways that we may not recognize it. So you just got to stay positive so you can recognize that hug or recognize that love or that person where they show up in your life. You know what I mean? Because if we ain't in the right mindset, you might not even recognize that person when they come knocking.
I've been celibate and I'm proud of my celibacy, and I got it on the shelf. And I said, I'm not going to squander me and all this goodness, because this is some goodness. Okay, I'm not going to squander.
It might be the problem though, Reese. You might, you know what I mean? He's like some.
Nah, leave alone, Bat. Leave alone, dog. Nah. We ain't telling you nothing like that, Reese. You do what you do. You do what you say. You be happy. That's all we got to say.
That's right, because I know what I got. I'm good. I know what I have to offer, and I know what I'm bringing. So why should I throw pearls to swine?
You should never do that.
Oh yeah, nah. Right. We don't want you to with no pigs out here.
Yeah.
That's what. Look, my stripper pole days are over with. I take that back because I still might strip, but ain't no after parties.
Heard. All right, Reese. Well, we gonna get ready to get in. I got one clip I found that I'm gonna show, and then we're gonna get into these terrible football picks. Reese, thank you for joining us. Hey, thank you for opening it up, man. We might need an update. You know, if you got some good news in the week, you know, weeks to come or months to come, or after the holiday. You know, a lot of people find the relationships going right after holidays because they don't want to give out no gifts. So, you know, it's it's whatever you do. But we're gonna check out this quick clip and get ready to get into these terrible picks where, you know, I definitely gonna bring up to Coach some things, but I'm gonna let it go right now because you know, this week we lost because of one game, and I ain't gonna say nothing. But hold on, we'll bring it up in a minute. Let me bring this clip up, and then y'all tell me what y'all think about this clip, and then
that you have to be able to do as a man in relationship is to confidently lead your woman. That means that you have a plan both in life and relationship, and you know where you're going. You're able to confidently make decisions and loop your partner in so that she feels like she's taken care of. And when problems come up, you're able to directly communicate with your partner so that she feels safe and heard, and you're able to solve things together. When you show up as a leader in the relationship, you actually act as a rock for your woman. You're able to be the really solid support foundation that she needs so that she's able to thrive within the relationship and fall back into her feminine because she feels safe and comfortable. And if you are the one in your feminine as a man, you will be doing the opposite, where you will actually be freaking her out and making her nervous system be uncontrollably feeling like crazy because you are not the stable rock. And it's crazy to me how few men actually have this dialed in relationship.
All right, so that's just it. I mean, I found the clip, and it's about coming into a relationship as a leader, man, and giving that strength and rock. So, what do you think, Coach? What do you think, Maddie? As you look like you about to say it.
I'm gonna let Coach go.
Coach gonna say. Go ahead, Coach.
Go ahead, Coach. Who is this guy?
No, ain't nobody listen to this dude, man. Like, I mean, my thing is this: like, God to lead the band. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, if you could be a leader all you want, if you ain't no good leader, ain't nobody following you.
Yeah.
Amen.
But there's such thing as bad followers too.
I mean, it's such thing as bad leaders.
Yeah, I got
right. You know what I mean? It's
saying.
More bad leaders than it is followers. You know what I mean? I promise you that. Most people follow well, right? You know what I mean? It's just who they're following. I mean, I think being the protection and being a solid foundation for your relationship. Yes, how you lead. If you are a man of God, you have a woman of God, everything will work as one. That's just the nature of it, right? If you're following God, right? If you're not following God, let's just take religion out of it. If you are doing the right things that are being supportive enough for your wife or your wife or whoever, right? And if your communication is correct and your accountability is correct, you'll be fine, right? It's what it is. I mean, most things, you think about it, most relationships fail because of financial and communication. Those two things.
Yeah. He made some points, but you know, man, he just not a guy who I would, you know, just I'm looking like
I ain't even go there. I left that alone.
But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean, you definitely do want to be somebody who your family can look up to. But again, I go back to every household is different, everybody's situation is different because they may be coming from a different starting point. You know what I'm saying? As far as that, but you do want to be an example. But you know what I mean? Sometimes you coming from a certain starting point, you know what I'm saying? Where you leading your family from. Or I've seen relationships where the guy necessarily wasn't capable of being that leader at first, but because he did meet a strong woman who was looking for a man, she helped put him in a situation and allow him to become the leader that he was capable of being. Like I said, it's just a different dynamic to the situation. But again, I just say that there has to be two willing parties. There has to be communication, and everybody has to be pushing for the same goal. And then the family can strive, you know what I mean? But if those dynamics aren't there, it's going to be more difficult, you know what I mean? So you can take some points from with what he said, but it just depends. Every family dynamic is different.
Yeah, for me, it's the same thing. Take the good, leave the bad. I mean, it's that simple. And I mean, every relationship is different. I even tell people that be like, "Oh, I want a relationship like me, like you." I'll be like, "No, you don't." You know what I'm saying?
They don't know the ins and outs of everyday shit.
But I mean, the thing is that no relationship is the same. We are all different pains. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no one way to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Besides God. Now, God has to be involved, and you have to do that to, in my opinion, or, you know, or
you gotta have some belief. You gotta have some
beliefs
faith
and those things like that. Yeah, but do what works do what works for you. You know what I'm saying? Do what works, because everybody's different and every relationship ain't the same. So, you know, what works for me may not work for Matty Ice, may not work for Coach, works for Coach, may not work for me, may not work for Reese. You know, so whenever somebody just gives like this full blueprint, I always go, okay, well, you know, like I said, take the good, leave the bad. You know, and every relationship is different, because some people, you know, the man, like you said, wasn't the leader right at that moment, but that didn't mean he didn't become the leader. It doesn't mean that he got there. You know, you can't just you have to take a person where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
What I was gonna say, like now, we're at a different age in our life. We're no more raising a kid age. You know, we can act silly again and run around, have naked pancakes for breakfast, because we're grown and we ain't raising no children no more. The dynamic is different. We can act silly and juvenile again, because we don't have those types of worry about building a family and the other finances, because it's like we're at a different point. So yeah, he could be the Rock now, because there's no kids involved, there's no family. It's just one-on-one, and he could, I can be the Rock, I can lead, because all that other pressure of a whole family is no longer on you at the age we are now. Because we're at a different point.
Mm-hmm. We're at a point we can enjoy each other and take time and do the things that, you know. So the pressures of somebody being a Rock is not as prevalent as maybe it would have been when you were 19 and you're still trying to build and this, that, and the other. The pressures, you know, because, you know, me and my wife, we are conjoined. We're doing the things that we love now, opposed to the things that we have to do to survive. You know what I'm saying? The job is not, you know, Vicky's doing yoga. She loves doing yoga. Check her out at the Zen Den 80, quick plug. But, you know, and doing the things that we want to do now to grow into our retirement and success. So, you know, it's a different thought process, but every relationship is different. Like I said, take your time and get to know you. Make sure you know you before you get into a relationship. That's my only real bit of advice is know you. You know what I'm saying? And then it makes it easier for you to know. Oh, know your shower. You funny. All right. I don't even know what to say about that, but thank you, Reese. All right. But yeah, so you know, just know your relationship, and like I think O said on a different conversation, you know, that person will be drawn to you. When you get yourself together, that person will be drawn to you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go search. You ain't got to go nothing. Maybe he saw how you was. Reese, he saw how you was now, and now all of a sudden he get drawn back. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what it feels like. Because he even called me like, I'm sharing too much. But
don't worry about it. I'm gonna send him this show right after the show.
Did. Yeah, have you ever been like thinking about something or listen to a song and your mate listen to a song at the same? We ain't even maybe we so much, I don't know, but at the same time we calling each other. Feel how are we feeling the vibe at the same time? That's a low vibration or low frequency. Is he calling me? Am I calling him? How are we? And I'm like, what is you doing calling me? I was listening to the music. I was too. Can you hear this? Can you hear this? And it take us back to when we were 20. Take us back to when we, you know, it's just wow. Isn't that wow?
Yeah, I don't know if you're trying to convince us or yourself.
Yeah.
No, it's wild, but I mean, it tickles me. I laugh. I get the butterflies. I was like, oh wow, that is so cute. That is so
All right, Reese, I love you, but you know, you sounded too lovey-dovey now. So we gonna get to these picks. I need you to get these butterflies about these picks. That's what I need to do.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get us right now. You coaching us, or I feel like you coaching yourself. But then when we ask next week, then you're gonna be like, oh nah, I kicked him to the side. I was already watched.
No, he's my friend.
You know what? I'm not gonna speak that negativity to you. I'm joking. I love you, Reese.
You know, he talks to me about other guys. He's like, why don't you go ahead out with that guy? Go ahead and do with that guy. I'm like, nah, you know, we talk about, you know, we're actually.
Why don't you tell him the truth? I think it's time for you to open it up and tell him the truth, and just be like, because I want you. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Don't do that. You know what? Don't listen to me. Go pray to God and get your shit together and figure it out yourself. Don't listen to me because I'll give you bad advice. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to these picks so I can hear your bad advice on where I'm gonna lose my money this week. So,
well, and I will say he did ask me to marry him in 2015, and I laughed at him. So,
all right.
It wasn't right.
You gotta propose. Right. It's all right. Let's get to these picks, Coach. As of right now, the Cowboys of Dallas are up 7-0. Can't believe that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
what's the score? 7-0.
Right now, but
now
that don't mean nothing. They probably had the first drive. Cincinnati.
The Bengals. Oh, okay.
Well, the Bengals ain't got no defense. So I knew it was gonna be a high scoring game. Bengals ain't got no defense.
Yeah, nope. A lot.
Yeah, buddy. So we starting off with who that?
Let's go. Commanders.
Who that?
Punishing all day.
They gonna beat them Saints. Who that? Who you got? They gonna beat them Saints.
Who you got? I know you picking us too. You talking all that shit, but you picking us too.
The Saints got the Maverick kid on the team, bro. The Saints all the way, dog.
You said they got who?
The Maverick kid on the team. Wow. So you know I'm picking the Saints.
You can root for him, but that don't mean they gonna win.
Y'all gotta waste my money. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all can double down and pick the Commanders. Do your thing.
You really think we're gonna lose?
Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. I was just there and backed out by accident.
Kid, but do you really think we're gonna lose Sunday?
Do I think we're gonna lose to the Saints? Let's see.
Oh, he said we.
Yeah, I heard him. Yeah. I heard that. Round clip.
Let's see.
You're Commanders fans?
No. He is. He said we.
No.
Yeah,
no. I just repeated the question.
Nah, all right. So the Commanders versus the Saints, they got us up by 7.5 points. You better believe the Commanders.
So here's the deal. So the Saints quarterback gone. Y'all going up against Spencer Rattler this week. So
yeah, I'm putting all right. Reese,
the Commanders gonna win.
They're saying that the Commanders. Man. Yeah, what do you want? The Saints or the Commanders, Reese?
I can if the quarterback gone, I agree. You just said the quarterback gone.
Yep, quarterback gone.
We was winning either way. But
no, Matty, I was gonna sit down somewhere. You was getting ready to get your ice knocked out your hands into like the knot.
All right. Next up is the Chiefs at the Browns. The Chiefs suspect, by the way. Just thought I'd let y'all know.
They've been suspect all year and they still winning.
Yeah, they suspect.
They almost lost to the suspect, if what's your name ain't dropped that ball. Now that's the Eagles game. That was the Eagles game. But they could have lost. That joint went off.
They lost yesterday.
Yeah.
What's their record? They're not still undefeated, are they?
Nah, they lost one game, lost to Detroit.
Okay.
They lost to Detroit.
Oh yeah, Detroit beat them again, hopefully in the Super Bowl. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So give us KC.
KC, yeah, I agree. I give y'all easy one. Ravens at the Giants.
Oh no, I ain't gonna make no money off of that one. Give me a different one. That one negative 1,400.
Yeah, that's
they up by 15 points.
All right, this gonna be close to the Dolphins at the Texans.
Dolphins and Texas. Maybe Dolphins.
The Dolphins been looking good, man.
I'm saying the Dolphins too.
The Dolphins are good, man. I think they're good too.
They got the Texans to win by 2.5 points, a field goal.
Yeah, take Dolphins.
I say Dolphins.
Yeah, they ain't going. I take the Dolphins. They ain't going. If they was going to cold weather somewhere, but they going. They playing inside. Dolphins should be all right.
Yeah, they're playing in Texas.
Yeah, they're in Texas. The Bucks at the Chargers.
Oh, damn.
The Bucks and the Chargers.
That's a tough one right there, bro. That's a tough one right there. I want to go Bucks, but
the Chargers real, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say. I want to go Bucks, but I'm leaning towards them Chargers for that joint. I'm gonna go with the Chargers because I prefer the Bucks to lose. Any NFC team, let them lose this week. So I'm going Chargers.
Remember we just talked about emotional investing last week. You know,
I'm just saying, but because it's already a pick'em game to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you say the Bucks at the Chargers, they gotta go out West Coast.
Yeah, they do.
On to the Chargers.
Yeah, so give me the Chargers.
And the last one, the toughest one of the group.
Hold on,
bro.
what did Reese say?
Chargers.
Oh, okay. All right.
The last one tough. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this one. The Bills at Detroit.
You ain't even pick Green Bay this week, man. You faking.
Green Bay should have won last week, bro.
Yeah, where Green Bay at? Who they playing next week? Where Green Bay?
I mean, Green Bay
Seattle.
and the Seahawks. I'm picking Green Bay.
You ducking. Why you ain't put them on the list?
I put them on the list. Put Green Bay on there.
You picked that, Rodney.
Green Bay gonna lose though. I don't feel
Green Bay should have won last week. Y'all was sweating y'all boots last week.
They should have, but hey.
And they had to kick a 1 second field goal to put my boy Love on the field. And who told y'all about Love first? Tell me he bad. Somebody on this call tell me Love is bad.
We ain't never say he wasn't, but we just
I said it.
Don't worry, you gonna have that. I love Jordan Love had on this playoffs too. Don't even worry about it.
Oh yeah, I definitely He ain't winning no playoff game.
I ain't mad at Love. He put
9-4. You act like they.
Hey, Love put Dallas out last year. I'm cool with Jordan Love. They put the Cowboys out. It was all good. Yeah, it was good.
All right, so we got Green Bay and Seattle. What'd you say, Reese?
No, it was the other game. He ain't even picked that game. He played.
No, we picking that. I ain't picking the other game. What was the other game?
He ain't want to go. He ain't want to do that Bills Detroit joint.
I want Green Bay to win that. I want Seattle.
Right, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get rid of one of the easier picks then to put that one on there. Or you know what? We'll do 6 games this week. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
I see.
All right, so hold on. So what was the one with Seattle and Green Bay? Who we picked?
Mm-hmm. Green Bay.
Maddie.
Seattle.
Reese.
I see Seattle. It's to show me I see Seattle.
All right.
I should pick the Saints fooling with y'all. The Saints gonna be. I hope the Saints dog y'all.
Hey, I'm saying nothing guaranteed out here. You should have smoked the Cowboys, but we beating the Saints though. Cause
so what we doing with the Bills in Detroit?
Detroit.
The Buffalo.
Where they at?
Detroit.
They playing in Detroit.
Buffalo.
I said Detroit.
Buffalo
should have beat the Rams the other day.
Buffalo.
Detroit gonna be in their own hometown too.
Buffalo. Detroit's defense is broken down. I'm just letting you know that now. That's why the Pack.
They got Detroit 1.5. Pick them.
That's why the Pack put up 31 like it was nothing.
I don't think Buffalo losing 2 games in a row.
They're not.
They should have won last week.
And Detroit need that loss right now. Be honest with you.
But they don't need the loss. They still try and get that 1 seed. They still they try and get that first round bye. They still battling with Philly. So it's gonna be a good game. But
what game we lose last week?
The Bears and 49ers. I ain't gonna. No, we picked the Bears. Y'all wanted the Bears. Y'all all said the Bears. Everybody, even the 49er fans said the Bears.
We said the Bears? Oh, yeah. They should have. That's because they had, I ain't think Purdy was going to come back like that. He came back.
Yeah.
Did you see my text in the game when I text last week? I said 49ers. Did you see that?
Oh, remember Reese was
Reese, you were like 2 hours.
You was about
Reese, we was already at home. Sleep,
yeah, we ain't see that joint till the next morning.
I don't know why.
She was commenting like I forgot to bring that up. She was commenting like hell at the end of the damn show. I was like, what the? I was like, you see Reese still talking about Bobby Brown and some more stuff. I was like, hell.
I was giving y'all the right answers.
Nah, you was watching that joint on demand. Is what you were doing.
I don't know if the stream restarted or something.
No, she just started. You can back the stream up as it's going live.
You can back it up. O was on both of them. She said for whatever reason her joint was behind, but it looked like it was live because when the show was over and I went upstairs,
it was over.
She was like, she was still on the joint. I looked at her phone. It looked like it was live, but she was like, I must be late because I see you ain't on the show no more. But on her phone, on YouTube, it looked like it was up to date. So I was like, I don't know, but it might have been something with something last week.
I don't know either, but I know my picks was good.
Here we go. All right. Let's see this week, Reese. We're gonna see right now. Hold on. So I got so this is a big one right here. So I got 6 picks.
When them Commanders win, man, we got to get them Commanders.
I know one thing.
I like those picks though. The only
$20 is gonna win.
I did to you, Coach. The only joint that could go even like Green Bay could win, but I see Seattle pulling that joint now. That's a divisional joint, ain't it?
All right, hold on.
And I said Seattle too.
Nah, Seattle and San Fran's division.
Okay, Chicago.
All right, let me see how much I win if I take that Seattle game out.
Chicago and
I see Seattle.
Oh, what's the other one?
I lose
Green Bay.
Lose almost $400 taking that Seattle game out.
Well, you better put the Seattle back in. Yeah, see Seattle. See,
$20 wins me $273 without that Seattle game.
So you're gonna do 6 this week?
If it hit, I'm gonna win $660.
That is right.
$20 for that. I'll go ahead and give it a try. Give it a good old college try since Reese here and she claimed it's money in the bank, right? It's money in the bank, right, Reese?
That's right. And this Saturday, I'm doing the 2Mac Barbershop. We doing the toy drive. Got a toy to donate, so I can take them up there and donate it to the kids. I'll wrap them up. I'm gonna go to Five Below and get some toys for the kids. Wrap them up to make somebody's somewhere happy.
Let's go.
All right, and I'm gonna send you money, Reese. Let me talk to these guys off air real quick and see if they'll send me some money to send also. And they got big pockets. We'll talk about it.
Purchase Bitcoin. I got a bit of a Bitcoin, a teeny tiny slither.
Heard. You gonna hold on to it though? You gotta sit there and hold on to it. You gotta buy more.
Week. No, every week I'm gonna invest. I'll keep it rolling. So
it's on the pullback right now. Perfect time. Where it's at? It pulled back 96 today.
I need to buy some today. That's what you're telling me.
I said, yeah, it pulled back. It was at 101 yesterday. It's at 97 right now, but it's bouncing around.
Let me get this
dollar cost average. That's what I always preached. I always said dollar cost average. Don't put your whole bag in. Don't blow your whole load the first week. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna slow walk it down. I'm gonna walk it down because I have patience. I have the patience.
There you go. All right, well, it was another good week. We can go ahead and watch these Cowboys get their behinds whipped.
But we're not watching that. No negativity. No negative.
That's positivity. That make me feel good, Reese.
You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Hey, but make sure y'all check out Reese on her show. You can definitely follow her on Facebook and follow her show is Monday through Friday from 10:30 until they stop. Whenever we stop, sometimes we don't know. We just go ahead and have fun and just have different days, different conversations. It's definitely great and entertaining, something new to watch every week. Make sure you check her out. Make sure you check her out this Saturday at 2Mac Barbershop. See her do her comedy thing. Unfortunately, I'll be out of town, so I can't go see it. But we definitely want to send some toys to the kids and just have a great day. This is Dad Mentality. God bless. Good night.